Alaska's most beautiful and dangerous stretches of highway,
So we're looking for a Toyota 4Runner.
nothing's out of the ordinary.
He was in there, he was walking that way, he had something silver in his hands.
When 4 suspects take off,
Okay, I got 4 running from me.
Trooper Peterson must find out why.
I don't trust you because you're a liar.
Out here, things could go sideways in an instant.
Get out here. Unbuckle. All he has to do is grab it, and he's right there in my face.
Deep in the woods, the danger escalates. Hungry bears are on the prowl.
If he charges us and I shoot, I'd run as fast as you could.
These are pretty nice guns, man.
Get back in the car. So he's over there somewhere.
State troopers, come out of the woods.
Sold out 25, 27, 29 times 2. Summertime in Alaska means lots of people out. I mean, the regular residents coming out of their holes, if you will. And it's nice out, it's sunny, it's warm. People want to be out and enjoying the beautiful place we live in.
Stretching 127 miles on the Kenai Peninsula, the Seward Highway connects Anchorage, Alaska's biggest city, with the port of Seward to the south. It's one of the most picturesque stretches of highway in the state, but it's also one of the deadliest. In the past 30 years, over 200 people have lost their lives to the scenic roadway. In July, it's packed with locals and tourists, making summer the busiest season for troopers in the area. And they don't always need a car to get into trouble. In Girdwood, Trooper Howie Peterson stops to chat with a pedestrian.
How much weed do you got on you? Because I can smell it from here.
I don't got none on me. I got done smoking a joint though.
Okay.
I'm diabetic and Indian. Yeah.
You're diabetic and Indian?
Yep. And Indian.
What's that got to do with smoking weed?
What's it got to do? That and peyote is.
Oh, that's your
That's
your drug of choice.
As he's finishing up some paperwork, he spots something more pressing: a suspicious passing car.
He's got driving with his parking lights on, and he doesn't have a front plate.
He tries pulling him over, but the car takes off and turns into the local dump.
Where are they gonna go? It's a dead end. Sold out Echo 52, 1036. Okay, I got 4 running from me. It's out by the dump. Oh, that guy's Jesus drops.
Peterson calls for backup.
I got 3 running south, 1 that's in this general area. If you come down here and help me out. Let's go over here and see if we can check out the car. Reeks of alcohol.
Backup arrives and troopers immediately form a perimeter around the wooded area.
1 female is between you and I can, in the woods here. I could hear her in there. She probably just hit the ground.
Peterson gets a better vantage point.
They're just laying down out here right now. It's really buggy. They won't last forever.
Suddenly, Sergeant Barlow spots something.
I got one walking through the woods here by my vehicle. He's got something in his hand, so he won't stop walking. I'm not going in after him right now.
10-4. I'll 1019 back there. All right, let's go find this guy.
He was in there, he was walking that way, he had something silver in his hands. He wouldn't stop walking. He just said, take it easy, so he's over there somewhere.
Unsure why the group ran, the troopers must assume and prepare for the worst. Sergeant Barlow uses his vehicle to cover Peterson as he looks and listens for the suspect.
All right.
I could hear him walking. He's at least got up to here, crashing through the
woods. Hold up.
Pull out the 118 number 1.
Peterson heads down into the woods for a closer look.
There's a lot of stuff back here. Lots of good hiding spots. I've got a couple other troopers down here. One of them's gonna come in and try and flush him this way. He's probably laying down right here.
Got movement by my vehicle.
Disturbance here. Yeah, I hadn't seen anything yet, but he might have been a little bit deeper.
After a thorough search, still no sign of the suspects.
I'm pretty sure the driver's on the south side, just from the way they got out of the car.
So troopers try a different tactic.
Okay. He's telling me that the K-9's coming loudly so that the girl can hear him say that.
Nature to the K-9.
It doesn't take long for the scare tactic to work.
He's effectively making an arrest on her right now because she didn't like the fact that there's going to be a K-9 coming.
With one suspect caught, they search further for the other three.
State troopers, come on out. State troopers, come out of the woods. Let's go.
With no visible tracks and the thickening brush, Peterson fears he may have lost them.
They got a pretty good head start on us.
Peterson gets some good news on the radio.
I just saw a guy with a red jacket walking on the right path.
All right, does he look wet?
It appears they may have flushed one suspect out of the woods and onto the road where he's being detained.
Well, I think Cooper just intercepted the driver of this vehicle out on the road, so he must have circled around in the woods. The guy's completely wet. He said he was just playing in the woods. I'm sure he was, just like we were. So maybe we'll go talk to him, see what he's got to say.
With 2 of the 4 runners in custody, Peterson interviews the female first.
She just met him tonight at a barbecue down here. She's from Poland.
You want to step off for a second?
I'm in trouble.
Where were you sitting in the vehicle?
I was sitting here.
You were sitting where?
In the front.
In the front? In the white car? Why did you guys, who's the driver of the vehicle?
I guess it is. I don't have my glasses, but I guess it's
Well, you know who you were sitting by, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to get in any further trouble. So you want to tell me the truth?
Yeah.
Okay.
She identifies the male they have in custody as the driver. So Peterson reads him his Miranda rights and then tries to get to the bottom of things.
Do you understand your rights? I do. Do you care to talk to me now? Tell me what's going on.
If you place me under arrest, I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. Well, you are being detained.
Okay.
Okay.
Why?
For eluding.
What does that mean?
Well, that means you ran from me with a vehicle without stopping. You jumped out, then you ran again. Okay, now you're caught, and now you're in handcuffs. Okay. Why did you do this? I mean, do you have warrants that I don't know about?
I'm not going to answer any questions until I have a lawyer present. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. Well, let's double lock you. He's not going to talk to us. Why don't you go ahead and have a seat now, okay?
With the smell of alcohol in the car and the beer strewn about the area, Peterson decides to give a sobriety test.
We're gonna put you through some field sobriety tests. Make sure you're not driving under the influence. Okay?
I wasn't driving.
Well, that's one reason why we have cameras. That's one reason why we interview other people that are hiding in the woods, and they have named you as the driver.
That's incorrect.
So why would they be lying?
I don't know.
I mean, what would
Obviously, if you were driving,
what would make
you're not
me?
going to say that it was you, are you?
I don't know. I would man up to it. I mean,
Well,
why would you not even stop?
Sorry?
Why would you not even stop?
The driver?
No, you are the driver.
I'm
Why
not the
would
driver.
you?
I don't know
Okay.
what you're talking about.
All right.
He passes all the tests, but still refuses to cooperate with Trooper Peterson.
Who else was in the vehicle?
There.
Because now I have to find 2 people to make sure they're not injured out here.
Are we missing who? How many people are we missing? 2?
Yeah.
Out of how many? How many people? How many people do you think were in the vehicle?
How many?
Yeah, it's kind of the question I was asking you.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
You don't know.
I'm not sure.
Are you aware of providing false information to an officer? That law?
I have not.
9006.
Let's go have a seat in my vehicle. Then.
Okay.
And I'm going to place you in handcuffs.
Again?
Oh, yeah. Turn around.
Why? Why is this?
Well, I told you why. Because you're the driver of the car.
The troopers deliberate on what to do with the driver.
So we're safe to summons him. Won't show up.
Yeah, for eluding.
They decide to release him with $700 worth of citations and a summons for eluding.
How was your experience today dealing with the state troopers?
You know, it wasn't the most fun I've ever had on.
Not the most fun? Could be worse, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, you could still be out in the woods. What if I put your knife inside your pocket, zip it up, let you go about your merry way, okay? How's that sound?
Sounds good.
But before he leaves, he has just one question for Peterson.
Actually, can I get a ride, guys? Are you going that way?
Actually, no, I'm not going that way.
Would you give me a ride anyways? Please?
I guess I could give you a ride.
Thanks.
You're going to be in handcuffs, though, in the back of the car if I give you a ride.
Handcuffs in the back?
Yeah.
Why handcuffs?
Because I don't trust you because you're a liar. I don't trust anyone in the back seat of my car.
Something like reach around and...
You never know.
I'll hit you. Have a good night.
All right.
Take care, Josh.
Take it easy.
Take care.
For a guy that was just playing in the woods, he sure looks happy now. Running through that brush is probably worse than going to a night of jail, I would imagine. We don't want to waste our time on this guy because it's Saturday night. There's more stuff to do.
"160 miles east in Chitna, Alaska,
Macdown 511, 10-8.
fishing and bear hunting seasons are in full swing.
At 11?
It's a busy time of year for the wildlife troopers.
I'll tell you what I might do is...
Our main job is hunting, trapping, fishing, big game guiding, commercial fishing, subsistence fishing, personal use fishing, anything that deals with harvesting the resources of Alaska and public safety. If they're out hunting, trapping, fishing in any method, means, or forms, we're out and ensuring that they're doing it in a legal fashion.
Today, Trooper John Simeon heads into the Alaskan wilderness to check up on some bear bait stations. In specific areas, licensed hunters are allowed to lure bears in close with food and other bait, making them easier to kill. Close to the Copper River, this area is known for a high concentration of hungry bears. So Simeon brings the appropriate defense.
I don't want to have to shoot a bear if we have to, but more to scare it off. But if I have to protect us on the way in or on the way out, we'll do what we have to.
Grizzlies in this part of the state are known to be big, some reaching 9 feet tall and up to 1,500 pounds.
This is the bear bait where a week ago I went in and checked it, and a grizzly decided that he wanted it more than me. And I didn't have my shotgun with me, So he won and I left. The animals, they'll go into a bear bait, they'll feed, and they use a lot of grease and oily products, and it gets on the animals' feet, their paws and everything else. And as they tromp through the woods and go and find other stuff, as other bears are coming in, they'll come across the animal's trail with the scent already on their feet, and they'll just backtrack that bear all the way to the bait. So it becomes like a big networking highway of scent going back to a bait.
On his way into the woods, Simeon spots a fresh grizzly track.
There's the front paw. You can see him all the way in here. You smell it? He's here. Bears stink. You can smell him now. He's here.
There he is.
Where? No, it's not a bear. That's an upturned stump. But he's here, you can smell him.
As Trooper Simeon heads deeper into the woods, he offers the crew some advice.
Now guys, if we get in here and there's a bear, walk your way back out. Don't worry about me. And I wouldn't hold on to that if I were you. I'd run as fast as you could.
A good mile and a half from the road, he approaches the bait station with extreme caution.
Right there. He's here, you can smell him. Hey. No, it's that stump again. See it right through, it looks just like a black bear. I don't smell him anymore, he might not be around. But that's not saying he's still here.
This hunter chose to use an old water heater as his bait can.
This is the bear baiting barrel. They'll have bear crack where they'll get marshmallows and sugar and they'll bring it up, melt it and bring it to a boil and set it on fire. So the smell of that burning sugar and everything gets in the airstream, and that's what brings bears in. That's the tree stand. They go back up in there and sit, and they'll just sit there for hours and wait. And usually it's done in the evening when the bears come back in here. You can see where the bears have been clawing on here. See the oil and stains from them.
The hunter's paperwork is in order.
But everything looks good for now. He doesn't have any illegal bait. He's got it marked. That's enough mosquitoes for me. I say we get out of here.
On his way out, Simeon is ever attentive of the possibility that a hungry grizzly bear may be playing a dangerous game of cat and mouse with him.
But whenever you're walking away from a bait station, you never just turn around and just blindly walk away. Always look behind you. My dad, growing up in the bush, he'd always tell me, bears are the smartest animals out there. If you see one and he leaves, he's probably going to circle back on you and check you out. So never think you're smarter than a bear.
As the long summer night creeps slowly toward darkness,
Sold out 25.
Sergeant Barlow patrols on the Seward Highway.
Mile 92, Fox Sierra, Fox 2.
It's not long before he spots a car driving without its headlights.
Hello.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing, man?
You all right?
Yeah. What's the matter?
Oh, no, you look nervous.
I look nervous? Oh, actually, I'm just hanging out, man. How you doing?
Good. What'd you pull us over for?
I pulled you over because you don't have your headlights on. Have to have your headlights on all the time on the Seward Highway.
Really?
Oh,
So.
it's my first time driving up here, so I don't know.
Anything in here I need to be concerned about?
I got a 40 cal.
What's that?
It's legal. I haven't done it. It's legal.
Okay, you know what's illegal about that?
Yeah.
Is you didn't tell me about it. I want you to put that pizza on the dash.
Just was telling me.
I've been here for 2 minutes, man. Where is it?
It's right over here.
That's a big problem, man.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Get out here.
I was.
Unbuckle.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Why am I being arrested?
You're not under arrest. You stay right there. Anything else in there? Okay. Get back in the car. Okay, he needs to tell me that immediately. He has a loaded handgun underneath of his leg for a reason.
What are you doing?
Is there anything in this car I need to be concerned about?
My dog.
Are there any other guns in here?
No, there isn't. He gave you the gun that he had.
Okay,
I
any
swear.
drugs?
No.
Okay, had anything to drink tonight at all?
No, I'll blow for you, but please don't take him to jail.
Okay, you need to stay in here. Roll the window up and stay in here, okay? Is there any other weapons in there?
Barlow checks to make sure the gun's not stolen and if the man has any warrants.
It's a Springfield Armory, 40 caliber, XD40 model.
Both the gun and the man come back clean, but it turns out he's currently awaiting trial on a felony assault case.
Are you a convicted felon? Okay. Their responsibilities for carrying firearms, dude. You say, oh, you look nervous?
All right.
Yeah, what's the matter?
Oh, no, you look nervous.
I look nervous? Well, I guess I got a reason to be nervous. I'm standing with a guy with a loaded firearm underneath his leg, right beside me.
I understand.
Yeah.
You know, I did tell you about it. I wasn't lying.
No, you told me your requirement, there are responsibilities for carrying concealed firearm, and your requirement is to immediately tell me. Do I get wound up when I see things like that? You better believe I do, because people are out here trying to hurt me. And I don't know, you're going to be, carrying a concealed weapon because you can, or carrying one to be a cool guy or whatever. That's fine. You still have the responsibilities to do what you're supposed to do if you're going to be carrying these things. Something was wrong there, and I knew it was. And you got that thing under your leg like you're ready to use it any second. You're going to use it on me? I don't know. You're going to get a summons to appear in court for this, okay?
Barlow cites the man for a misconduct involving weapons.
Didn't tell me nothing. I was standing there for a minute until I asked about it. Nice. Then he knew he had to tell me about it. All right, boss. Hold on.
The man walks, but the gun stays with Barlow for evidence. The court will return the gun to him after his case is completed.
It's laying under his leg, pointing just like that, just under his leg, to where all he has to do is grab it, and he's right there in my face. It was one of those things that had the potential to go bad really fast, and he knew what was going on. He's got a felony assault trial pending, and that's precisely why he didn't want to tell me about that gun. So here we are.
.52's on tack.
Down the road in Girdwood, Trooper Peterson's back on patrol when he spots a group of men getting out of their truck with open beer bottles.
Blue GMC Sierra. Just getting out of the vehicle, just pulled up. Near Girdwood Fire Station. Hey guys. Well, it's what's happening. You guys got alcohol. I need to see your IDs. And take your hands out of your pocket, okay? It's nothing where I've seen you driving with it, which would be open container, but you're sitting here. I don't know what you're doing. Any weapons in the vehicle I need to know about?
Yes.
I got a 45.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, it's in the console.
Okay.
And there's
They're off the roadway.
yeah, there's a gun. There's a gun in the
Parents on
console.
the way back.
Okay. Why don't you guys have a seat over here? I'm gonna just get the gun.
Okay.
Is the weapon stolen?
No, it's mine. It's mine.
It's yours. You've had it for a while.
Yeah, I've had it for a long time.
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna check this to make sure it's not stolen. It's a 45 caliber Springfield. Hey, these are pretty nice guns, man. I said these are pretty nice guns. NCIC 52.
We're 1083 with Badwell.
The gun comes back stolen.
Both of y'all. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. That gun's stolen, man.
My gun's stolen?
Yeah.
Peterson checks the rest of the truck for additional weapons.
Okay. I don't understand why that gun's being stolen.
I'll find out here in a minute.
After he secures the truck, he calls dispatch for more information on the stolen gun.
10-4.
Empty? Yeah.
Was entered 7/13/2008. He reported it stolen from his residence. Like maybe he got it back and never advised.
So did you ever have a burglary
A burglary?
at your residence?
With my wife?
Oh. And you reported a gun stolen?
Yeah. Julie, yeah. My ex-wife.
Guess what? You are the victim of a stolen gun that I just recovered for you.
That's funny. Yeah, I know. Can you please listen to the cops?
On the weapon?
Yeah. 10-4. Okay. I'm going to unarrest you.
Thank you, sir. Right elbow. I am not used to having handcuffs.
However,
a little bit lower.
I do got a beef about the alcohol.
Okay,
Okay, so we'll talk about that. Your beer cans on the tailgate. I'm not going to write you for open container because I know you guys were driving. I know you were drinking with it, but I didn't see you doing it. Okay. So fair is fair, right?
Thank you.
Okay, man.
Have a good night.
You guys got lucky.
I know. Thanks, man.
It seems close calls are in order today on the Kenai Peninsula.
I think it was their lucky day. I thought maybe there's a DUI over there, and obviously there was an open container in the vehicle. He was just getting out of the vehicle, or a stolen weapon that the guy didn't even know that he had reported it. He probably got it back. It was probably some kind of civil issue, and old dude's lucky he didn't go to jail. We were lucky that we had the information on file. We could access it quickly, and we determined that he was the original complainant and the victim that reported the gun as stolen. So he was almost arrested on his own doing. Well, he kind of was. Complainant and victim, and he was almost a defendant. Good stuff.
CICT 31.
"45 miles north in Wasilla, it's not only cars, trucks, and motorcycles the troopers have to watch out for. Trooper Andy Gorn spots a four-wheeler driving down the road. Though not uncommon on the back roads of the Mat-Su Valley, operating an ATV on publicly maintained roads is illegal.
A Phoenix and Rue de la Paz. It's an ATV with 2 occupants. Hey guys, Trooper Gordon, State Troopers.
Hi.
The reason I stopped you is you can't be driving the four-wheeler on the roadway, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're doing pretty good by trying to keep it on the side there, but they're not meant for the roadway, right? Do you know the rules of the roadway for the ATV?
Yes.
Right? Someone's talked to you about them before?
Yes.
Okay, so if someone's talked to you about them before, how come you're on the road again? Right? Yeah, exactly, okay? It's actually a $60, I could write you a citation.
But Gorn lets these 2 young ladies go with a warning.
Get home safely, scoot it up along the side of the road here, okay?
Back on patrol, a call comes in involving another ATV on the road. This one more serious.
We have a collision involving an ATV with injuries. Apparently it happened in the roadway. I don't know why the ATV was in the roadway, but it happened somehow.
Collisions involving off-road vehicles have the potential for serious injuries, so Gorn rushes to the scene. He finds medical personnel are already at work.
Oh, kid's on the stretcher. It's not good.
I guess what happened is two people, 16-year-old male, his girlfriend, they were on the quad. This is where pieces of quad were. After he crashed, he ran home, left her. Did he leave his girlfriend here? Yes. She left the girl here, ran home to get help.
But just the quad was involved, not another vehicle?
Quad and the guardrail.
Okay.
Both the driver and his passenger were ejected when the quad hit the guardrail at a high rate of speed.
The female's getting life flighted.
Okay.
This is a witness who watched every single thing happen, the whole thing.
Find out what kind of injury she's got. So.
Okay.
The female passenger is flown to Anchorage with a serious abdominal laceration.
Were they going up the hill or down the hill?
Down.
Okay, so you're driving up the hill?
Coming up, they were coming down. He was going way too fast.
Was it right on the roadway? Or was it on the side?
Basically in my lane.
They're in the opposing lane of travel?
They came right through here because there was no way he was going to make the turn and hit the guardrail right there.
So if you would have been up around the corner more in your lane, you would have hit him?
Yeah, I would have hit him.
The medics stabilize the ATV driver and rush him to the hospital.
And both subjects are being transported, and one's being flown by a life flight.
With the scene clear, the troopers investigate what's left of it.
I think this is them. This one.
It's not long before the troopers make a grisly discovery.
There's meat tissue right here.
Something right there.
That's fat.
The sharp edge of the guardrail cut into the female passenger's belly, leaving some of her flesh behind. It's another harsh reminder of why it's illegal to drive off-road vehicles on the road.
You can see it's a really bad turn in the road here, and it was two children on a fast four-wheeler that were going way too fast and couldn't negotiate the turn and ended up hitting the guardrail. The guardrail did its job and prevented it from going over the cliff, but both of the kids went up over the guardrail. One of the passenger was a female, 15-year-old female, and she rode the guardrail down, and in doing that, she opened her belly up because it caught on the sharp edge of the guardrail. And, you know, she's got some bad bumps and bruises, and he has some bad bumps and bruises, but they're both gonna live. She was wearing a helmet, thank goodness. So.
The troopers will interview the driver and passenger later to determine exactly what happened. If they find he was driving recklessly, the driver could be charged with assaulting his girlfriend. Back on the busy Seward Highway, Sergeant Brian Barlow responds to reports of a male passenger hanging out of the window of a moving car.
Got to be careful on days like this. There's just a ton of traffic out here. You don't want to cause a traffic hazard and end up causing a crash.
It doesn't take him long to find the vehicle. As Barlow gets the story from the driver, Trooper Jesse Darby rolls up on the scene to assist on what turns out to be a rather unusual call.
Okay, let's walk back here.
Well, he wasn't going to stop, and I really had to pee.
Okay, so you're just going to the bathroom right now in the car?
No, like we were driving, and we got probably heading up some people. I thought I could just like hang out the side.
Okay, what part of that seemed like a good idea to you?
Well, he wasn't going to pull over. It's either that or like try to pee in a can, you know?
Okay.
And I don't want to pee in a can, because I'd probably piss all over the place, so.
And that seemed like a good idea at the time?
Didn't seem like it seemed like the most reasonable option of all options that I had to choose from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's that or like pee like in the car, so.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you walk up, you're gonna sit on his bumper real quick, and I'm gonna talk to the sergeant real quick, okay? Truthfully, never experienced this before. This is a first for me.
Thank you.
Sergeant Barlow talks to the witness who called it in.
Did they actually see him going out the window?
They saw him hanging out the window.
Oh, but that's all they saw.
It's not enough for an indecent exposure charge, so the troopers let the two friends off with a warning.
And we're gonna go right back.
But Darby offers some parting advice for the driver.
That was a bad decision. I understand you guys probably had a little distance in between you, but that's not cool, man.
Especially, you probably scared those Florida folk right back down to the States.
Yeah.
Sergeant Barlow continues his patrol.
Do you have your driver's license on you?
This part of the highway is especially dangerous, aptly named the Turn-Again Arm. Scenery along this waterway is worth a double take. Here, tourists are often paying more attention to the beautiful view than the road in front of them.
This is where I always get my good stuff. It's off these little equipment violations.
Barlow spots a van missing its front bumper.
I just stopped you, not a real big deal. We don't have a front bumper on here, and I see now that you got a license plate up there.
I didn't know, sir.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license on you?
No, I don't.
The man's license is suspended for driving under the influence. He lets Barlow in on some additional information.
I probably have a warrant for my arrest, too. I just realized yesterday I missed court.
Okay, okay.
So,
Why don't you turn the vehicle off?
I'm
Okay? Back here. You're not under arrest right now. You're just detained, okay?
What did I do wrong, sir?
What's that?
What did I do wrong?
Well, you've already told me that you don't have a driver's license, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to say it.
And you're the driver, so I just want you to stay right here outside the car, okay? Facing me, and I'll be right back, okay?
Barlow runs the driver for wants and warrants.
10-4, and the dates and reasons of the revocation. He thought he had a warrant because he didn't go to court yesterday. He just doesn't have one yet. He will eventually. Now he's got a new charge coming now.
Lucky for the driver, his warrant hasn't posted yet.
Okay, you don't have a warrant, but you're still driving with a revoked driver's license, so you're not going to get arrested today, okay? I thought I smelled a little bit of alcohol in the van. Is he? Okay. Is there any alcohol containers in the vehicle?
There's the one that he opened, and that's his.
Is that what he was fumbling around with? Okay. Anything else in here I need to be concerned about? Any drugs, any weapons?
The passenger admits to drinking in the car, but Barlow notices an open beverage near the driver's side seat.
That's in his position, and that's your drink over there.
Oh, my.
Okay, whose glass over there is that?
Drinking a club soda right now.
What's that?
He's drinking a Long Island iced tea club right now. So
okay, well, there's two drinks there, okay? One of them appears to be a little closer to you, and the other one appears to be a little closer to him. So
I haven't had a drink.
Okay, well, I'm going to be able to tell right away, real quick here. Okay, I want you to stand right there with your feet together and your arms down at your side. Yep. Focus on the
Barlow gives the man a series of sobriety tests.
Pivot around on your right foot and take 9 heel-to-toe steps back in the opposite direction. Okay. Do you understand what I need you to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
This wind's not going to help me out, though. You obviously.
Well, I'm just standing here, man. It's not blowing 100 miles an hour.
Easier this way.
All right.
He concludes he's telling the truth about not drinking, but he's not off the hook.
A couple things here, okay? One of them's a citation for having to open a container of alcohol in the vehicle, okay? Yeah, well, he got you a $400 citation tonight, okay? For having an open container. I mean, you allowed it, so. You never really know what's going to develop out of the traffic stops that you conduct out here or anywhere, really. Kind of a mundane type of equipment violation. And lo and behold, it turns into the driver not having a valid driver's license. His driver's license was suspended. He thought he had a warrant out. There's alcohol in the car. Point being that you never know what it's going to turn into. You might see a vehicle speeding and stop it, and it's grandma from Ohio up here visiting relatives enjoying the scenery, or it could be somebody from some city down in the lower 48 with a warrant out for homicide. I mean, you never know.
Off the highway and on the river, the Alaskan silver salmon are making their annual run up the Little Sioux River in the Matsu Valley.
Nice one.
Today, Wildlife Trooper John Sear is making sure sport fishermen aren't using bait, which the Department of Fish and Game only allows at the end of the season when they determine the population is healthy. Sear was a patrol trooper on the streets for 10 years before switching to a wildlife trooper.
Silvers are fairly easy to catch, and they're really easy to catch with bait. It's really important that we enforce these rules so that generations to come we have fishing here. If not, people just fish it out and there won't be any more fish in this river. Because I want my grandchildren to come here and fish, and these people want their grandchildren as well. Coming up.
He covers over 45 miles of area on his patrol of the Little Susitna River. On the river, Sear knows that diplomacy can go a long way in enabling him to do his job.
Out here, I'm it. I'm the only trooper that's on this river right now. If I break down, these guys that I either write tickets to or don't write tickets to or have a good rapport with or don't have a good rapport with are going to be the ones that end up bringing me back to the boat launch. I kind of rely on the public to give me information on if somebody's poaching or using bait, doing any other illegal activities, because they're out here more than I am.
Recent rains have left the river high, and the fishing's tougher in deeper water. This could mean more people trying to gain an advantage with illegal bait.
How you guys doing? Oh! Sorry about that. I'm Trooper Sear. Pretty good. Hey, do you guys have your licenses I can take a look at? And your bait.
I wish we could use it.
So far, everyone's playing by the rules. Further upriver, Sear spots a group fishing from the shore.
Y'all have licenses?
Of course. Yeah.
Can I take a look at them?
Get back in here without falling in. Deep. Had a guy go by today. I was fishing on the bank. He's sitting in a boat. He goes, "Look at that, a black bear." I said, "No, that's a black lab." 100 pounds of black lab, but that's a black lab.
You don't miss the feeding, do you, pup?
Nah, she doesn't.
Fish today? Well, a couple people. You guys?
We lost one. We've had a few strikes, but it's pretty high and muddy.
It is. It's high and muddy everywhere.
Yeah, that rain.
Can I take a look in your coolers?
Yeah, which one?
Just the top two, I guess.
Two of them. This beat lunch.
All right, that's good.
This beat first aid kit.
All right.
Camera.
What's in the? No, in the other baggie there.
Sear spots what appears to be a bag of marijuana.
Who's this?
That's mine for my back.
Do you have a? Do you have a card for it?
No.
No? Okay.
I haven't smoked any all day or more than a week. It's just in there with my camping gear.
Okay, sir. Sir, I'm going to issue you a citation for this. Okay.
As Sear writes a ticket for the weed, the man's buddy catches his first fish of the day.
In Palmer.
Oh, in Palmer?
Yeah, 435. Nice. I'll let you go get that fish. Yep, go get that thing. I don't want you to lose it.
I should probably get him right here. Yeah. Walked up here once. Yeah, well, I was busy. Yeah. Working, Gary. That should do it. There you be, buddy. All right, thank you. You're welcome.
Despite the citation for the marijuana, Sear turns out to be a good luck charm for these guys.
Start curving ours.
He heads out to let the two men catch some more.
Good luck.
Yep. Have a good one. Be good.
All right, you too.
It's a rare catch for Sear since he left the streets for the outdoors.
The typical bag that they put it in. It's kind of ironic. We saw these guys fishing and we pulled in to check their licenses and see if they had any bait on board. And I don't know, 10 years of being on as a street cop, I immediately saw the baggie of marijuana, and sure enough, that's what it was. And nice enough guy, no fish ticket, but a misdemeanor citation. Since I've been a wildlife trooper, I've probably only written 3 or 4 of them. This winter I got some guys smoking marijuana in an ice shack, knocked on the door. They said, come on in, and it was like a Cheech and Chong movie. There was smoke everywhere.